All right, so we're back at it. We're gonna pick up where we left off, and if I'm not mistaken, leave off in verse 18, because the last part we read about was the feast, the three feasts, and I can't stress that, cannot stress this enough. You know that the people weren't supposed to eat a bunch of meat. I do believe. Hear me. Because, this is what people really come around for. They come around to hear me talk about this stuff. I do believe, based on how the laws are written, that in perpetual practice, I can't say for certain, but it seems to Demetrius that the route to everlast or to eternal life is through the laws. See, people weren't meant to die. The fact that they do is a shame. The fact that sin is in the world and it has not been abolished is a greater message and a greater meaning to why it is that people shall continue to die. I can't explain the frequency to what I believe sin to be. But if there is perfect harmony, sin is anything that breaks perfect harmony. And the rebuttal, the remedy, okay, the medicine, the mitigation of sin is levied through sacrifice. This is why in the Genesis it tells us that the life of all things is its blood. Right. So it's indicative that we don't just go out here spilling the blood of something. This is why the blood of a man is held accountable of a wild beast. Having said that, we're in verse 18, right? And we're at the three parts or three times a year. We'll pick up at verse 17. Because I think that's where we're actually at. 3 times in the year shall all thy males, this is every male creature, appear. Excuse me, let me find my spot. Appear before the Lord thy God. Before we get to this next spot, gotta stress to you that this is the Most High. And he's about to tell us that the Messiah is going to be with these guys the whole time. Listen to this. This is deep. Verse 18. Well, let's just read verse 17 again to put it all in the full context. Full emotion. 3 times in the year shall all thy males appear before the Lord thy God. For when I shall have cast out the nations from before thee, and shall have widened thy borders, thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leaven, neither must the fat of my feast abide till the morning. This is where we actually left off, but it's better that we pick up here. So that way we can... You guys see why I did that now, I hope. Thou shalt not bring the first offerings. Thou shalt bring the first offerings of the first fruits to thy of thy land, and to the house of the Lord thy God. There we go. Thou shalt bring the first offerings of the first fruits of thy land into the house of the Lord thy God. For some odd reason, the words are mixed up to me. Thou shalt not seethe a lamb in its mother's milk. Cook a lamb, a baby lamb, in its mother's milk. Behold, I send my angel. What? Not an angel. My angel. Before thy face, that he may keep thee in the way, that he may bring thee into the land which I have prepared for thee. Take heed to thyself, and hearken to him, and disobey him not. For he will not give way to thee, for my name is on him. Stop right there. This is one of those true divisions of power, where the Most High establishes, I'm the Most High. The Messiah is an angel, not a prophet. So even when he comes back later, even if you believe that Jesus guides him, he's not a prophet, he's an angel, which is why he could be greater than Moses. However, we're going to keep going. Having said that, do you realize what I'm talking about right now? That there's a level of distinction, but it's my angel, not an angel, not. And this is why the angel of the Lord, I believe, is the angel of my angel. Right on? Can you dig it? So the Most High God, follow me, the Most High God, then it's my angel, who would be the Messiah, right? Then it's the angel of my angel. Right on? You get it? You follow me now? Can you dig? Okay, we're on the same page. And that's what I mean when I talk about spectra. Okay. Because it's easier for the Messiah to send an angel to come to an assignment that he may be not able to do at that time because he's 10 toes down in this. Verse 20, and behold, I send my angel before thy face, that he may keep thee in the way, that he may bring thee into the land which I have prepared for thee. Take heed to thyself, and hearken to him, and disobey him not. For he will not give way to thee, for my name is on him. And if ye will indeed hear my voice, and thou wilt do all the things I shall charge thee with, and keep my covenant, and keep my covenant. So this whole thing is his covenant. Understand, these are ordinances, these are statutes, these are injunctions within the covenant. The commandments within the covenant. Come on, because it's a promise. That's right. Ye shall be to me a peculiar people above all nations, a special, strange. You know what I mean? Right. Weird isn't a bad thing. That's right. Different. They're in contrast to all the other people. Above all nations. For the whole earth is mine. And ye shall be to me a royal priesthood and a holy nation. Again, telling the people. Again, telling the priesthood. If you abide by this, the priesthood will be royal. And the nation of the people will be holy. Come on, are you hearing that? They're like, why the Levites got to be royal? I don't know. I'm not the Most High. I don't sit on high calling people out, okay, and making them do things. So when you ask these questions to yourself, I can't tell you to say. I would really ask you to just pray and send the highest level of an affirmation. To the Most High God, to the great, holy, ancient head of days, and speak directly to him. Don't speak at him, speak to him. And then see what happens. Maybe he tells you something he hasn't told me. Maybe you share it. So we all know. Like I'm trying to do my best now. Like I'm trying to just make this, once again, humanize the situation. And then still put the sense to it that's supposed to be put to it. Because I feel as if when a pastor reads these scriptures, they will literally pick these just a verse and take the verse out of context of the story that's actually being told. That's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to read the entire story, understand the story, so that way we can see where we stand within the story. Can you dig it? That's my job. I'm the bearer of bad news. Why do you think I've been so hard about genetics and all these other things and all these things about what it means to be the people? Right. I don't make the rules, but I can follow. But I can follow them. Let me tell you that. Going forward. These words shall ye speak to the children of Israel. If ye shall indeed hear my voice, and do all the things I shall tell thee, I will be an enemy to thine enemies, and an adversary to thine adversaries. For my angel shall go as thy leader. What? For my angel shall go as thy leader. Again, directing us to know that this is the Messiah. Not just, look, the high holy order of angels, no disrespect, they're not on the level of the Messiah. His name, the Most High's name, is literally on him. His name is not on the other angels going forward. And I feel like it's my job to make that. I'll make that distinction. Because nobody has a heaven or a hell to put me in but the Most High God. And the only one who can speak on my behalf is the one I'm talking about right now, his angel. Verse 23, for my angel shall go as thy leader, and shall bring thee to the Amorite, and shall bring thee to the Amorite, and Kittite, and Perizzite, and Canaanite, and Girgasite, and Evite, and Jebusite, and I will destroy them. Thou shalt not worship their gods, nor serve them. Why do you think he talks about not speaking the names of other gods? Now, come on, let's break it down. Thou shalt not do according to their works, but shalt utterly destroy them, and break to pieces their pillars. Thou shalt not, and thou shalt serve the Lord thy God. And I will bless thy bread and thy wine and thy water, and I will turn away sickness from you. Sometimes when I read the same things again. So, I don't know how I do. Breaking this down real quick though. Boom. First off, send the Messiah as your leader. Bang. So he's going to bring you to them. He's going to lead you to them. Okay? We're not going to bring them to you, to the wilderness. That's nonsense. We'll take you to the city. Right? Inhabited places that are already furnished, right? Come on. Anyway, let me not go too far off, but speak to it. And he says what? All these different nations of people under one true banister, which would be the Canaanites or Phoenicians. Come on. Having said that, he said, you're not going to worship their gods, right? You're going to tear down the pillars, burn everything up, right? And he says, you're going to worship me. Now follow this. Haven't I always stressed that this has been the beef of the Most High since day one? Or at least since deity worship has become a thing? He's like, where are my people? Right. I'm just speaking to it. He's like, I created all this. Where are my people at? He told us he literally told us he's jealous. Wow, and nobody's hearing him. But I do. Check that. And I've been telling everybody this since day one. Deity worship was a brand new thing. He was made jealous because he's like, wow, I made everything and I don't even have my own people to worship me. Please, I'm making some. This is the whole story of the Most High literally getting jealous. And do y'all understand this? Man, it's deep. It's levels on levels on levels deep. But his ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are not our thoughts. So you know what? I'm gonna just keep it pushing. I pray that y'all really follow this. We're going to finish this out and we're almost done. Don't worry. Verse 25, and thou shalt serve the Lord thy God, and I will bless thy bread and thy wine and thy water, and I will turn away sickness from you. So I'm going to bless everything. Your bread, your wine, your water, because these are going to be the things that you intake normally. Right, so wine and water are normal, and so is bread, right? Okay, and people obviously got sick, so he's like, I'm going to turn all that away from you too. Come on. There shall not be on thy land one that is impotent or barren. So men that don't make children and women that don't make children. There won't be any of them. You're not going to have that problem. Clearly, that's obviously an issue now. I mean, when it's being told to them, but even today. I will surely fulfill the number of thy days. So I'm going to make sure that you live the fullness of all your days. And I will send terror before thee. And I will strike amazement with all the nations. And I will strike with amazement all the nations to which thou shalt come. And I will make all thine enemies to flee. So he's listening. He says, I'm going to put terror and amazement in everybody. Shock and awe, baby. That's how we're doing it. Let me keep it pushing. So that way everybody knows where my mind is at, how I understand it. Shock and awe is what I'm going to put. Verse 29. And I will send hornets before thee, and that shall come. I will send hornets before thee, and thou shalt cast out the Amorites, and the Evites, and the Canaanites, and the Kittites from thee. Listen, this is the most important part. I will not cast them out in 1 year, lest the land become desolate. So I can't just do this in 1 year. I won't. Because if I do, right? I mean, it's not that I can't, but I could, but logistically speaking, it would be terribly unsound. Here's why. Lest the land become desolate, and the beasts of the field multiply against thee. So now you're going to have to fight against wild animals and not have to deal with just humanoids and human beings. It's a little bit different. It's a lot different, actually, because there's no reasoning with the bear. Right on. There's no reasoning with wild hogs and tigers and lions. You can't reason with them. They're just going to try to kill you, so you have to try to kill them back. And that's not how you build up your nation. However, by little and little, verse 30, I will cast them out from before thee, until thou shalt be increased and inherit the earth. So the Most High God is like, I'm going to do this by little and by little, and then you guys are going to come up and actually take the land. It's going to be yours. No problem. Right? Verse 31, and I will set thy borders from the Red Sea, so to your back is the sea, to the sea of the Philistines, and from the wilderness of the great river Euphrates. So I'm going to pretty much put to your back water. Okay. And I will give into your hand those that dwell in the land, and cast them out from thee. So you're going to take the backside. You're going to come up the backside of this land and push everybody out, forward in. Everybody understanding this whole point? This whole military tactic right now? Okay. All right. And I will give into your hands those that dwell in the land, and will cast them out from thee. Verse 32. And thou shalt make no covenant with them and their gods. So you're not going to do anything with a so-called man god, or a being that's not from earth god, okay? Or the stone wood statue god, or them. No covenants. Verse 33. And they that dwell in thy land, and they shall not dwell in thy land, lest they cause thee to sin against me. For if thou shouldest serve other gods, these will be an offense to thee. So if you serve other gods, you're going to make an offense to yourself. And then you're going to have messed up. I want you to understand the whole breakdown. There's so much going on. It would take a lot longer to really break it all down. But we're good where we're at. Anyway, spiritual gumbo out.